Hi, I'm Gabrielle, battling bard, Amazon princess, Amazon queen. My head's crooked for. My head's still crooked. Why is it? I don't get it. Now my head's straight. Anyway, today Gabrielle says we're going to talk about a Throwback Thursday story. Well, it's more like Throwback Tuesday. Now, this is going back to when I was younger and I used to go trick-or-treating or stunting candy. Now, growing up, my mother always did this one thing where they'd always check your candy. They always had to seek your candy. Now, I know men and women make a big thing out of this. Razors, bearers will make a big thing out of this. But how often does anyone do anything to candy? I mean, if it's wrapped up in a wrapper, then you know it's safe. Then you know it's well. I mean, what's someone do? Take it out of its wrapper, somehow besmirch it or something, and then somehow wrap it up the same way that the maker wrapped it up in? But that's what they would do. But what my mother would do is she would do this. She would tell Ernest and Joxer and Amarise and myself and Hope and Sola and Eve and Sarah and Akimi and Zenos and Osmond. It was the Elephant weren't at the time. She'd tell us all, "Oh, you don't like that candy." It'd be like Three Musketeers, Milky Way, Crunch, Twix, or Kit Kats, for example. "Oh, you don't like that," she'd say. And then she'd take it from us. And we were young, we were dumb, so we would believe her. It turns out years later that my mother was just saying it to us, so she'd get all the good candy. Well, also thing is, we would go trick-or-treating, we'd take these pillowcases, sense bags or whatever you would use, and then they get too full. Yeah, they'd get too full. And then mother would say, "Well, too bad." She'd go, "Oh, well," she'd go, "Ernest, Joxer, Amarise, Gabrielle, Hope, Solon, Eve, Sarah, Zenos." She'd say, "Oh, Zenos and all." And she'd say, "Too. You picked those bags up? They're too heavy? Well, that was yours. You better start eating some of that candy." That's what she'd make us do. And another thing is she liked to go to a graveyard and drop us off there. And then her and Dad would go do what hell they were going to do. Scare the shit out of us. Since she'd come around, makes different sound, different noises and stuff. And then after that, we go to Pizza Hut. That was the thing. I mean, I'm not making it up. That's what we would do. Later on, it would be Domino's Pizza before they just dropped pizza from their name. It'd always be, that's the way it'd always be. And the phone's ringing again. I really can't do anything about that. But that sort of thing happens in daily life, happens. The phone rings. So it is what it is. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would they drop us off at a graveyard? I don't know. To do some Halloween stunt or lark or hoax, I don't know. And make different noises that make you think it was a demon or whatever. Another thing my mother liked to do is she liked to make that's what she liked to do. But that's all I remember growing up. And I brought this up with Ernest and Joxer and Amarise and Hope and, well, Solon died a long time ago, but if he was alive, I could bring it up. And and Eve and Sarah and Akimi if she was alive. And I even told Zenos and Osmond she's going to do it to you. She's going to tell you don't like that type of candy and not eat it so she can have it. She's going to drop you off at a graveyard for a while and then, try to scare the shit out of you by making different sound, different noises and stuff. And then try to come out as a fiend or something. That's another thing she liked to do. She liked to try to claim she showed up as a fiend, I'm not making it up. She'd always try to do something to scare the shit out of you. That's what she like to do. But it is what it is. You know. So I'm just telling my Throwback Tuesday story about what my mother, XENA, used to do to us when we were younger, growing up, for Halloween and stuff. When it came to trick-or-treating, or what they called stunting candy. So I know that some of you out there are going to say, well, Gabrielle, there got to be more sagas and tales you have to tell. Yeah, well, of course there'll be more sagas and tales for me to tell. But that's the only one I can tell you right now. So that's it. Hope y'all like that saga and tale. I'm Gabrielle, the Fighting Scald, and I'll see you later.